I want to see, okay, we're going to go through each one of the planets that are retrograde. Saturn is retrograde, Neptune is retrograde, Chiron is retrograde, and Mercury is retrograde. So, with two cards, each planet, we're going to see how each retrograde is, what is the energy you are facing and working through for each retrograde. So let's start with Saturn. For those that come across this video or it resonates for, how is Saturn affecting this collective that finds this? You can stand up for yourself all while staying in your compassionate impact. Like, you don't let your empathy, your boundaries have to be stronger than your empathy. That is how Saturn is teaching you. Your boundaries have to be stronger than your empathy. You're learning how to balance your Queen of Swords and your Queen of Cups. This collective is extremely giving, extremely empathic, extremely sensitive emotionally, mentally, physically. That's why you're in tune with the spirit realm. You are energetically sensitive. You are emotionally sensitive. You are super sensitive and like a whole baby. You cry over the smallest things, but you also care so immaculately, so big, to the point where you will hurt yourself, abandon yourself, disregard your own feelings for others. And that's why you're learning how to balance these two. That's why you're learning how to have your boundaries stronger than and it's actually, your boundaries have to be stronger than your empathy, because you know how much you give and care, to the point where you will have nothing if you don't have boundaries, right? So you're learning how to balance the two, and just because you have boundaries, it does not make you heartless. It's actually your boundaries that are keeping you sane, okay? Or not having you run on empty so you're no good for nobody. Right? There's so many things to this. It feels like also you're learning to stand up for yourself while coming to a surrender in your life. You are surrendering something. You are saying, you know what? I got to kind of lock and load a boundary here, let go and let God, right? Notice all of the blue. You could be being led to speak. You know, and I've pointed this out before, but the reason why her emotions is here behind a jar is because she gives way too much. This is her emotions, the very, very emotional feelings, right? Like, she has to protect them at all costs, because she knows where she goes when she gives and gives and gives and have nothing left for herself. Now, Chiron, the wounded healer. How is Chiron working on you? For this collective, those that are finding this video, how is Chiron working for this collective? Okay. So much mental work for Chiron. Okay, the wounded healer. You've been wounded in the mind at some point in time. Like, you have a mental wound. You have something here that you had to be on like high mental alert, right? We have the Nine of Swords, and this is probably what you're having. I don't know. We haven't seen what Neptune's doing, because Neptune can in the mind as well, but we'll see. This is mental stress and anxiety, even burnout, right? This is kind of turning on a dime. This is like mentally agile, right? Because you have had certain things in your life that have made you have to be very mentally sharp and alert. It has created a lot of stress, even if there's nothing happening, but you're all constantly on this like high alert mentally, at the ready for anything type thing. that it has potentially, you've got to be careful with how much you're allowing your mind run rampant on things that are very stressful for you. You will get very stressed, like burned out very quickly. Mental gymnastics, mental work, just constantly in your mind because of so much of this feeling. It can be anxiety, right? What your team is doing, where Chiron is retrograded, is helping you pinpoint and see the things that need to be addressed that are creating and cultivating any kind of anxiety, stress, or mental unrest in your mind so that you can run free from them, right? So he's like running away, and he's like, you know, it's learning, it's helping you be sharp mentally still. Yeah, you're sharpening that sword. This is swords, but you're going to be, instead of letting your anxiety run you in any type of way or burn you out, you're getting to this place where you recognize that that is a programming that runs in your mind, and your anxiety is never, like, sometimes it's like taught you to trust what your anxiety is telling you, because something always comes to pass when you start to feel that anxiety ridden feeling. But you have grown to trust yourself, as well as you have seen from experience that yes, it is picking up on something that is to come, but it's never as bad as it makes you feel when it first penetrates you. So it's helping you learn how to handle and deal with your anxiety and not let it dictate or control you. Now, Neptune, for this collective, Neptune retrograde, I have felt like it has been difficult. All right, for this collective and those that come across this video, for those that resonates for, how is Neptune retrograde working on this collective? When you fester in your awareness or energetic field on what is making you feel hopelessness, okay, what is making you feel the areas of life where you feel like your faith has diminished, okay? Maybe it's like a job or a relationship, or you want to move, or you want to have a family, and you've held out hope for having said things for a very long time, and that's never come to pass, okay? You recognize and realize when you dwell on where you have not seen your hope and faith for something come to pass, you recognize and realize that that just dwindles and drains and burns every bit of your energy when you focus on that. Then you will get lost in that illusion, delusion, confusion, Neptunian energy. It's also the planet of dreams. So your dreams are going to speak to you in what the ways you're not supposed to be focusing on that anymore. Anything that is not happening with ease, I told a client this the other day, anything that is not happening for you right now, today, what wants you back, and it wants you entirely, and it'll happen right here, right now, with ease and grace and enjoyment. If it's not, you're being protected from it, period. You have to incorporate that so you don't get lost in the sauce of the Neptunian energy. And Mercury. How is Mercury affecting this collective? Mercury retrograde is forcing you to go within and look at some, it just says ending hermit mode. Well, it could go one or two ways. Some of you guys are coming out of hermit mode, and some of you guys are being pulled into a hermit mode to face. This could be ending a whole hermit mode, ending isolation, your time of being in like a recluse state, you're feeling pulled out into the world. Or you're going within to look at some painful endings and betrayals, but do not stay there. Do not dwell on them. Don't dwell on them forever. Feel it to heal it, and then let go of it. But it could just be, I'm feeling for most of this collective, this is a call to exit out of hermit mode, but you're also being pulled in hermit mode in different ways. Yes, you might be coming out of your like hermit stage, but in other ways you're being more discreet, or you're being being more selective of your time and energy. I love you.